questions?
General, do you have any idea of how many Ohioans are victimized by these kind of scams in a given year?
I want to ask John, come on up.
Certainly. Thank you.
Spell your name.
Sir.
Speak from there.
Jonathan Blanton, Chief of the Consumer Protection Section. Last name is B-L-A-N-T-O-N. In terms of the number of Ohioans who are victimized, it is in the thousands, probably tens of thousands. I know what we get reported here. Just a couple of months ago, we had 700 reports of the IRS scam alone. So those are Ohioans that are calling in or emailing us and saying, I got this call. Most of them didn't lose money, fortunately. What's frightening is the number of people who are still being victimized, who don't know to call the office. It's absolutely frightening. The computer repair scam is much the same. We get those reports pretty much every week of the tech support scam. I called, I gave them money, now my computer's locked up, I don't know what to do. That money's moving fast, most of it we believe is going overseas. And those are two of the hardest ones to chase. We also have, several hundred a year of the home repair scam, the storm chasers, the tree trimmers, the folks that come to your house offering a service, don't provide, either provide partial service or none at all, provide a halfway done contract with no details. So we're talking thousands and thousands of Ohioans every year who are victimized. Hopefully, we're going to be able to eliminate some of that, or at least give them the information they need to protect themselves with this campaign. Thanks, sir.
Let me just add, we have no way of knowing how many people are getting ripped off. All we know is who's calling us. We believe that for every one person that calls us about a scam, that there's many, many more out there who don't think to call the Attorney General's office or who get ripped off and don't tell anybody. We think these are underreported crimes because of the factor of embarrassment. Many times people are simply embarrassed. They don't want to tell their spouse or their kids, let alone to tell the Attorney General's office. So I can just tell when I give speeches to any group, there's always someone in the group who has been hit up on the grandparent scheme. There's always someone in the group who's been hit up on something else. So it's very, very prevalent. We've always had crooks. We've always had con artists in society, probably forever. But today they have this very long reach, and that long reach is called the internet, and it's called long-distance telephone. And they're reaching around the world many times to rip people off, to get their money, and it's just very, very difficult to recover the money.
Is this in any way prompted by an increased volume of complaints or new kinds of scams, and if so, what would they be?
I don't know if it's really prompted by any one factor other than my continual realization that we have an obligation in the Attorney General's office to warn people about these frauds. I will tell you, 6 years ago, when I was running for Attorney General, never really thought that much about it, the role of the Attorney General as being someone to stand up there and talk about problems. The more I do this, the more it becomes obvious to me is that we have that obligation to do it. And so then when you try to figure out, okay, how do we really reach people? How do we get so we're reaching every segment of Ohio? And we came up with this idea to take these dollars and to use them for prevention.
Why did you pick this firm, Fulgrim? Who are they, and what do they bring to it that you wouldn't have found with somebody else?
This was done. You want to go through, John, how
Sure.
this was done? This was done on competitive bid process.
Certainly. We approach this like we would any major investment, like we would any major business decision. We put out a request for proposals in December of 2014. We had a number of proposals submitted. We evaluated those. Each of the firms that submitted were required to provide some sample work along with a list of clients. We did a lot of backgrounding. We had meetings with them to figure out what they would bring to the table. In terms of what they bring we don't have internally, additional expertise, understanding of how to reach people effectively, the media markets in Ohio, and the ability to create a lasting impression that's going to help Ohio's families here on out.
John, how are they chosen over others?
Yes, sir. It was an evaluation of the work that they've done previously in meetings with them, by looking at client references, by checking out the websites of these clients, other advertising campaigns. We Google stalked them a little bit. We want to know what's out there. We met with them. We were impressed with their ideas, with their innovation. The idea of Ohio Protects came from them. They came in the first meeting with the idea of, hey, here's an idea. And we thought, wow, this is a firm who's interested, who's engaged, who's already thinking forward, and brings something to the table that we need and will help Ohio's families.
John, you might address for a moment, because I kind of went over it very quickly, the whole idea of the microsite and how that works.
Yes, sir. So the microsite is sort of a unique thing for us. By having ohioprotects.org, it allows folks to come directly to one single website for consumer protection questions, for identity theft protection questions, and to learn about scams and what's going on. It also allows them to research a business quickly and easily, to find out are there complaints at the AG's office about a particular business. The reason we went with Ohio Protects is it's simple to remember. It's much lighter. The AG site is fantastic. But if you've been on it, there's a lot. We do a lot of things here at the Attorney General's office. All of them are important. We wanted to give consumers a single stop to go and research a business, to file a complaint. When you click on it's not up there, the File a Complaint tab, what it does is it gives you a couple of options about identity theft, about a complaint on consumer transaction, or to report a scam. Then that links you back to the www.attorneygeneral.gov for the actual content. So it's kind of a light version, a quick door into what we do.
Can you tell us very quickly how much of the $2 million is going to the ad firm?
I don't have those figures, but I'm sure we can get those figures for you.